guys, Farmer Nick here. Today we're going to be learning about what we can do with our compost scraps that we've collected in our kitchen. And so we're out here at the DGS Northfield Garden, and we have these 5 compost holes that we started using last season. And right here on this shovel, I actually dug up some of what was in the hole before. And through the year, I've been kind of mixing the food scraps in with the dirt. And this kind of dark colored soil, this is still a little, it's decomposing a little bit. But that's kind of the color that we're going to be aiming for when we can apply compost to our garden beds. A nice dark color that is kind of resembling soil again. And so we have 2 buckets here full of food scraps that I've been collecting over the last month or so. And we're going to distribute it to these beds. Put some of this brown matter in. These are scraps from the garden last year. A bunch of cuttings and plants that we pulled out. We'll put that on top of the food scraps, and then we'll put some more dirt in, integrate it, and bury it completely to kind of incubate for the next 2 weeks or so before we can start applying the compost to our garden beds. So we've just added a lot of food scraps to our holes, and typically when we're thinking about composting, we're thinking about green parts like food scraps and brown parts like clippings from the garden. And so in order to make the healthiest soil possible, we're going to want to integrate some of these scraps into our holes. Now, these probably should have been worked into the holes long ago, but there's still some mass to them, and so there's no harm in working them into the ground and seeing if they can help some of this decompose. And then we'll cover with some dirt and stir it up. And we're going to want to tend to the compost pile, maybe aerate it every few days until after about 2 to 3 weeks. Hopefully we can get some good compost spread into our garden. I've integrated some of the brown plant matter into our holes with food scraps. Now we're going to cover them up a little bit. Now that we have our holes covered, we're going to want to come back and tend to this in a few days to aerate the pile, stir it up, probably work some more dirt in there. And over the next several weeks, you'll see that it's becoming much more soil-like, and you can make a judgment in about 2 or 3 weeks whether or not it's time to add this to the garden. So thanks for tuning into this video, and hope you learned something today.